interesting matchup here for you. I have Mordekaiser against Heimer, 1 vs 1 on Twisted Tree Line. Heimer actually did kind of a neat little strategy here that didn't work out though. He expected that they were both going to meet bottom, so he put a turret top, so that way when the minions fought, he could get a couple extra kills and get a bit of extra golden experience. I thought that was a really good move, and it's the first time I've ever seen someone do that. So basically, they both chose champions that were able to push lanes. They really wanted to go for lane domination. What they didn't expect was for them to end up in different lanes at the very beginning. So what ends up happening is sort of like a race to who can take down the opponent's turret first. The problem with this is that Heimer realizes that he isn't going to win the race. He can't compete against lane pushing against Heimer. Heimer's just too good at it. So he ends up coming bottom. Basically right here, he shouldn't have popped the ghost, I don't think. But, I mean, whatever, he gets there faster. He needs to get that little bit extra XP. And then he goes for kind of a gank here, but he's against a guy with over 700 wins. There's no way he's going to get the gank. So here they finally get into their first initial confrontation. Mordekaiser's level 7, Heimer's going to be level 8, and basically this is when they first finally sort of test themselves. They've just been laning really, and just minion killing. And as you can see, they're both very evenly matched. Even at low HP, they just can't, either one of them can't seem to kill one another. So since Heimer pretty much went B, this gives Mordekaiser the opportunity to take the lizard buff. Heimer ends up going top afterwards and kind of forgets about the lizard, which was a mistake. But what ends up happening here is actually kind of funny. Mordekaiser almost ends up dying. The lowest he gets with a shield on is 1 HP, and the lowest he gets without a shield on is 9 HP, so he kind of got lucky on that one. Here you're going to see the difference between a pro Heimer and a new Heimer. As you can see, Mordekaiser has the lizard buff, and Heimer was aware of this. So Mordekaiser goes in for the kill, and he would have gotten it, except for the fact that Heimer has that turret there. He previously put a turret there expecting him to push him. He then stuns him with the grenade and puts down another turret just for that extra little damage, and then gets away. All because of that one turret he put down, expecting Mordekaiser to push. So I thought that was a really good example of how, basically how the thinking goes with Heimer. You have to think beforehand. You need to plan things out. Here, Mordekaiser kind of messed up. He let Heimer get the dragon buff. Heimer goes to the bottom lane and realizes that the lizard is right there for the taking. What he doesn't know is that Mordekaiser put down a vision ward, so he's going to have some trouble coming his way in a couple seconds here. Here's a little thing to note though, Heimer put down a turret in the brush behind him, which is good Heimer play. And this is kind of weird, he throws a grenade and he throws rockets, and somehow he doesn't get the buff there. Mordekaiser just beat him to it, a little bit unlucky. Here, I thought he could bait a little bit better. I think he should have allowed his turret to get killed, and then Heimer to push him, and then he could have stunned and hit his ultimate. And I think that would have been much better than to just pop his ultimate straight away, saving that one turret he put down. Here, Heimer gets kind of unlucky, and it's kind of his fault for a lack of map awareness, but Mordekaiser goes through the brush the exact same time that Heimer does. Heimer's already low on HP, and Mordekaiser kind of gets lucky there and gets that first blood, which is, it's about time. It's pretty late into the game, but that just shows how highly skilled these guys are. So basically he takes down his inhibitor and his tower, and he starts hitting his other tower, and Heimer comes in and successfully defends him. from doing any more damage. Here, Mordekaiser overextends himself. He doesn't expect Heimer to get back like that. He also doesn't expect Heimer to have Ghost. So Heimer pops Ghost and goes for the kill. Here Mordekaiser realizes and tries to do a little tricky move and deke him out. But Heimer realizes once he exits that brush that he's no longer there, so he knew he turned around. And ends up picking up a decent kill right there. And here we have Mordekaiser pushing the inhibitor, and he's trying to. Right now, Heimer's trying to turtle up and basically just defend it. He accidentally overextends because he forgets that Mordekaiser has that lizard buff, and that lizard buff is huge. It slows him down and it prevents him from getting to his base and recovering. Here, Mordekaiser overextends himself. He figured he could finish the game because he had his Guardian Angel, but ends up being wrong. Heimer ends up putting down a turret at the bottom of the screen there, and that cuts him off, and Mordekaiser can't escape. He's too low on HP, and so it's just a matter of time before Heimer gets this kill here. He ends up doing it in a pretty cool way, he ends up just sniping him out. And now Mordekaiser made a huge mistake. He ends up not finishing the game and allowing Heimer to sort of start building a comeback. Here, Mordekaiser once again kind of overextends himself, gets ahead of himself here. He tries to end the game, and he doesn't expect Heimer to get back as fast as he did, and he doesn't expect Heimer to have that lizard buff. That lizard buff allows his auto attacks to slow Mordekaiser. So Heimer's chasing him. Mordekaiser actually almost gets away, but luckily Heimer has that ghost. Hits the ghost and finishes the kill. This death by Mordekaiser was a huge blunder and ended up letting Heimer push the entire bottom lane to even out the playing field. Here Mordekaiser's coming bottom because he sees the minions are being pushed, and he figures he can kill Heimer. This is a huge fight. Whoever wins this fight is going to win the game. He gets Heimer to about half HP, and it really does look like Mordekaiser is going to win. But Heimer has a little trick up his sleeve. He stuns him, puts down a turret, runs away into the brush, pops his ultimate to slow Mordekaiser, and Mordekaiser's in trouble. Heimer gets in there and just finishes him off, and right like that, steals the game away from Mordekaiser. What looked like a definite win for Mordekaiser, Heimer ends up coming back and stealing the win. I thought this was a really good match. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys have any suggestions of what you want me to record, if you want more 3 vs 3 matches, or 5 vs 5, or some sort of solo mid style thing, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. Hope you guys enjoyed the match. And our winner is Heimer, who is Gruntz, and he wins. He has 745 wins. Wow.